Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Make a Playlist. I'm your host, Kenton, and with me, as always, I have my co-host, Victoria Silk. How's it going, Victoria?
Good. I'm super excited to talk about our next topic. I think it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it's our second time trying to record it because my computer sucks.
Yep. Hey, I was trying to pretend to be authentic over here, but hey, we got this.
Yep. So after we lost, people obviously don't know what we said, but we are doing Halloween songs this month. So like just creepy songs that remind you of Halloween, everything that. Which I'm also impressed with both of us that neither of us chose "This Is Halloween" because that's just the most obvious song.
But hey, it can be an honorable mention. I mean, it's
a good song.
I feel like all of the Nightmare Before Christmas songs are top tier. They did amazingly. You're like,
that's arguable.
I was like, it seems that you protested. That's okay. I think they're all great.
Yeah. So anyways, you were saying you're dressing up as, was it Azula?
Katara. Yeah, I'm dressing up as Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender, in her Fire Nation costume, I guess. I guess it can be a costume because or considered a costume because that is not her normal water tribe outfit, but
Yeah. I remember that outfit. That was a good outfit.
I mean, if I dressed Water Tribe, I'd at least be warm. But I don't know. I'm spending Halloween in El Paso, and it's always a toss-up on whether it's going to be cold as hell or not cold at all. so we'll see.
Yeah, our toss-up is it going to be cold or just plain cold or snowing usually here.
I don't think I've ever...
Yeah, it snowed quite a few times on Halloween as a kid.
I've never had a white Halloween. But
There's never like a lot of snow, but like enough, like it was coming down.
For sure.
Like it wouldn't even like leave a dusting or anything, but it was cold enough to snow, so it was fucking cold.
And that'd be making it hard for the girlies wearing very little on Halloween. But gotta struggle. Gotta struggle sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I guess you went first last time, I think, so I'm gonna go first this time. That's okay with you?
Let's do it.
All right. So my first song is Suicide's Frankie Teardrop, which is just a disturbing song. I don't like listening to it, honestly.
Yeah, I had never heard of it, and it's long. It's a long one. I was like, oh, we in for a ride.
It's a 10-minute song.
I was like listening to it, and I'm like listening to it while I'm working, and I'm like, I feel like this has been it's been on a while, and I'm like, oh shit, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know the song just tells the story of I think the guy's supposed to be in his early 20s, has a wife and kid. He's not making it, and he ends up like buying a gun and killing his wife and kids and himself.
Yeah, it gets dark.
And it's just, I don't know, it's just something about it. Like that song, it makes me nauseous just like, because like the very sparse music behind, like the instrumentation is just like a very repetitive,
very drony, like
must
guitar.
Be like some kind of keyboard drum sound. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It creeps me out. And there's I don't know if they still do, but there used to be a radio station somewhere. I was reading about this where they would challenge their listeners, like some radio show, to like listen to the song on headphones in the dark in the middle of the night by themselves. And I tried that. Fuck doing that again. I did not like that. I could not finish the song.
No, I feel like that would be a very intense one because it is an intense song to begin with, and like the repetitiveness of the general like instrumentation, like I think that like alone would put you into like a trance, but then the concept of the song and the lyrics, like it digs you into like a bad trance.
Yeah, and the way the guy sings is just creepy as hell to me. For
sure. And it has a very like descent into madness like vibe into it because you're hearing his inner monologue ish like going on, and like it's very like definitive, like he's just like, I'm gonna do this, and then the fact that they're like, let's hear it for Frankie, like it's just like ironically like like what, okay, like we cheering him on, okay, like fuck it.
It's not fun.
So I think that is a very good choice for a creepy, unsettling song. how'd you come about it? Like, where did this, like...
Honestly, I've heard of the band Suicide. They're like a seminal punk band, but never really listened to them. But I just Googled scary songs, and that was the top hit.
No, I agree. I'd never heard of the band to begin with, but I don't know, maybe I'll do a little deep dive, because that song had me like, I don't know how I feel. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll admit, as a punk fan myself, they're not that. I did not really enjoy any of their other songs a whole lot, honestly.
All right, then I'll just keep it for that one. But there's a couple, like, it even has like a couple little like jump scares in there, like, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, like that scream he does just gets you.
It's definitely, and it has some cool effects too. I was especially like on the screaming, it feels like there's some like phasing going on. So I was like, I see the bit. It's his art. It is an art piece.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely creative.
But so definitely a good choice. And let's see. So we'll go to my first song. So I picked House of a Thousand Corpses from Rob Zombie. And I am I think both of us are horror movie lovers. And of course, there are so many subgenres.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I like all of the genres, from like the paranormal type, like, ghosts, or like The Ring, to things that are a little bit more like, I'm trying to think, like,
right. Like
realistic one, like either cult ones, things like that, and then there's like the gore. I love gory. I like pushing that shit. Like I like to.
Yeah, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, stuff like that.
Like, I don't know, it's always been like, they don't scare me in the middle of the night type of things. And I think just because they don't really disturb me either, because like in the end, like my brain knows, like, okay, this is acting, and like, it's all right. Fun and games. but so House of a Thousand Corpses is definitely a favorite. I can't remember, is it the prequel or the sequel to I know that they're Devil's Rejects. Thank you.
Yeah, so House of a Thousand Corpses came out first, and then Devil's Rejects is a sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, I always forget the order, but both of them so good.
There was a third one that came out a few years ago. I forgot what it's called, but I haven't watched it yet.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it either, and I feel like I need to rewatch it. I may or may not have been inebriated on a substance when I saw it, and it is a blur to me at the moment. Yeah,
I actually recently rewatched The House of a Thousand Corpses, and I didn't realize that the guy that plays Dwight Schrute in The Office is in it.
Huh. I picture him, and then was he like, did he work in like was he like an employee of some, like at the gas station?
Like the nerdy guy that like no one really liked, who they all made fun of.
Man, yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I have it. I haven't seen it in like 2 years. I need to go back. I need to have a little gore night. I think that'd be fun. But I don't know. I like the song. The song just like fits. And the Devil's Rejects, I think, has its own song too. It
does. I think he does it for most of his movies. I think he makes songs for most of the movies that he makes.
Sense. As a musician, director, and horror movie person.
Yeah, except for Halloween, because I think he may have remixed the Halloween theme, actually, now I think of it.
I'm going to have to figure that one out. But yeah, I've always I mean, I have like this actual like House of a Thousand Corpses like song on my like iTunes when I used to actually like buy iTunes. Now I just like stream everything. Right. But yeah, I've had it for a very, very long time in my iTunes, and it just comes on now and then. And like, I don't know, that guitar, like it just so.
Right. It's like almost like a. Like a creepy country guitar riff.
Yeah, exactly. It just has that like that grittiness, and then the the theme of the song, of course. And I like the intro; it's fun, Yeah. So yeah, very cinematic of a song.
I've been a Rob Zombie fan for quite a while, but he's got some pretty cinematic songs. He's really fun to see live.
I would love to see him live. Is he still doing live?
Yeah, he still tours. I saw him 1 year in Nashville on Halloween night. It was him and Alice Cooper. It was such a good show.
Awesome.
Especially especially for like on Halloween night. Yes. It was perfect.
You lucky duck. That seems like a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
It was. Very cool. Yeah. All right. So my next song it's a Northern Michigan staple. You know it's Halloween time when you hear this song. It is The Legend of the Dog Man by Steve Cook, who's a local, I don't know if he still is now, but he was a DJ in the local country station. And he had made this song as an April Fool's joke originally. But then people started calling in after he played it the first time, like, I saw this thing, and all this, blah, blah, blah. And it's taken a life of its own to the point where I think it was History Channel or Sci-Fi Channel used to have a show called Monster Quest, where they would go look for like Bigfoot and stuff like that. And they had an episode on Dogman.
That's awesome. I love that.
So like this thing that was just started as a joke is just blown up.
Now urban legend.
And the song when I first heard the song when I was like 10 years old, and it scared the shit out of me.
Baby Kenton.
Yeah, it's like I was driving with my parents somewhere, and we're like in a very wooded area, and the song came on the radio, and my dad had to turn it up so we could all hear it. And then the song mentions my hometown. Oh, yeah, I heard that. Too.
I'm like, oh shit, okay, Bel Air.
Yeah.
Right? No, I love that. And yeah, it was really cute. I say cute, but like it had like the an 80s like vibe to it because like of the big like drums and like percussion, but then it was like 80s country.
Yeah, it was originally made in the 80s.
Okay, well that would make sense.
When it first came out, he's done a few like iterations of it now. Because the legend is that Dogman comes out every 10 years, the 7th year of the decade, so like 87, 97, 2007. So basically, I think he does a new one almost every 10 years. He puts a new one out. I think I could be wrong though, but I know there was a updated one where instead of like that really cheesy synth sound in the drums, it's a just some dude playing acoustic guitar, and it is so good. But I don't listen to it as much because it cuts out the verse with my hometown's name in it and adds a different verse, and it makes me so mad.
Why would they do that? Dang. Bel Air gets a shout out and then they cut it.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't like keeping track of the years because I was noticing that the years were kind of all over. Like he doesn't start from he doesn't do it chronologically, like the 1900s, like the 20s and all that. But yeah, I didn't catch that it was kind of a particular spaced out amount of time, but I did notice that it was spaced out, and I'm like, okay, I mean, if he just comes and does a killing every now and then, that's not too bad. The kill count ain't, it could be higher though. Dogman gotta eat.
Yeah, and and I have a story about this fucking thing. One time, we may have just graduated high school, I'm not sure, but I was driving a friend of mine home from a party one night, and we took a 2-track to get to his house. And it was like 2 a.m, and we were driving down this 2-track, and we're like, let's turn our lights off to see how dark it is. So I turned my lights off, and it was black. I could not see. It was like I closed my eyes. I couldn't see anything. So I immediately, a second later, I turned them back on. And as I do, there's just like this big brown thing going the opposite way that was not there before. Yeah. And my friend says it was just a guy on his bike, but I don't know if I believe him or not.
Why would a guy in a bike be riding around at 2 a.m. in the pitch dark? Like, you guys are the only source of light.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't even a road. It was literally just a path through the woods that was just a fast way to his house.
He was self-soothing there. He was like, that definitely wasn't anything weird. That was definitely a bicycle.
Yeah, it scared me so much that after I dropped him off, I had to call a different friend on my way home to talk to calm myself down.
I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be like, who's up? Who's up? And if you're not up, I'm waking you up because I'm not doing this drive alone. No, ma'am.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no. I'm not a big fucking scaredy cat. I don't know why I enjoy horror movies because I get scared. I'm definitely there. Closing my eyes. I don't go into sketchy situations like driving in pitch blackness in the middle of the woods. But yeah, no, I'm a big ass scaredy cat, but I love scary shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and the same friend that was driving, we used to do a thing where when we would get drunk and we say we were going dog man hunting, but we would just walk around the woods and get lost for like 3 hours, and we had to call someone to come pick us up because we didn't know where our car was.
That's sketchy stuff too. Because I like back in the day, we didn't have like our phone with a locator on it. It's like how are you gonna find us? It's like we're by that one really big
we
tree.
would just like walk and we would just like come out on a road and we'd recognize the roads. We'd call our friends at like 4 a.m. like, hey, come pick us up. We're like 5 miles from my car and we don't want to walk back through the woods to get to it.
And you got some good friends. I feel like all mine would like see that call in the morning and be like, bitch. No. But yeah. Nope. I like the dogman hunting excuse to go drink in the woods in the middle of the night. It's a good one.
Yeah. We wouldn't start in the woods. We would get drunk and then go to the woods.
Yeah. I wasn't around no kind of woods. We get drunk and go to the desert, but I wouldn't even do that. Like, I am a indoor drinking kind of gal.
I am now.
I like the comfort and no mosquitoes. Are there mosquitoes over there? Does it get like... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is it like too cold for them?
Yeah. No, in the summer we get them like crazy, especially like there's a lot of like water wetlands around here.
Yeah. Nope, I can see that. That makes sense because it's not cold all the time. Yeah. All right.
Thankfully.
All right. My next song is sort of from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So back, I want to say, I know it was when we lived in Phoenix, like that year, like 2010-ish, 2009, yeah, 2010 right around there. I think it was 2009 because this came out around Halloween of that time. So there is a whole album called The Nightmare Revisited, and basically it's Nightmare Before Christmas songs, but done just by like various rock bands. I think All American Rejects are on it. I think Amy Lee does a cover. I want to say
Marilyn Manson did This Is Halloween.
So yeah.
Which was weird for Disney to get him.
Literally. And it was an okay cover. I think all of them did a really good job. My favorite one, I think, was Amy Lee's version or rendition of Sally's song. It's very pretty. But the song that I chose for this, because it is a little bit more on the Halloween themed side of things, is the Oogie Boogie song, which Tiger Army did. And I don't know, how would you describe Tiger Army's style? I feel like it has like some swing elements now and then. So they're actually a band I've kind of been familiar with. I've seen them open for some other bands before live, and Wikipedia kind of describes them as a rockabilly band. That makes sense. Which I can see. You know, like they do have a bit of a swing to them, but they're not full on like swing, but they're not full on rock. Yeah, they're kind of nice little mix of everything. But I don't know, I think they did a really fun job with it. It has the like same kind of upbeatness that the original has, but just like their own little twist on it. And I like how they did the oh wait, no. I'm thinking of a different song from that album. Korn did Kidnap the Santa Claus, and that was also
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, and I was thinking of the banter that they did in that song, but Tiger Army doesn't do the banter because there's none in that song. But
yeah, I do actually really like the Oogie Boogie song. I'll admit I'm not a big fan of the movie.
Okay.
Just because stop motion, I don't get creeped out a lot, but stop motion just does it for me. I can't handle it. Something about the movements.
It gives you the willies.
And the claymation, all that. Yeah, it's just so unnatural and like not smooth looking. I can't do it. But there are a lot of good songs in the movie, though. I'll give it that.
And I love stop motion. And there's actually a scary movie. We're getting off a little topic here, but we'll get back to topic. But there is a movie. It's literally called Stop Motion, and
I want to see that.
It is so good. I really like that they incorporate it because it's about like a stop motion artist. Like it's a girl and her mom. Like I guess her mom, like that was her mom's like career, and so the daughter learned how to do it. And it's just like a really interesting dynamic because the mom is like a perfectionist and has this like legacy in her mind of this project that she has to do, but she's old. It's really interesting. And then I know, but then you also get the stop motion part of it because like you're seeing this art that she's creating and this story that she's like making, and so you're actually seeing it being done in stop motion too. So it's really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it looks really good. I've been meaning to watch it.
Watch it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back on topic. Your song.
Yep. Okay, so my next song is The Headless Horseman by Bing Crosby, which it tells the story of the Headless Horseman from Sleepy Hollow, Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Mm. It's from a Disney movie. There was like a special they did where the first part was like Mr. Toad and something. I forgot what it was, but it sucked. But the second part was the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which is it's probably my favorite story of all time. Like I reread it every year during Halloween. I love that. I'm actually wearing a Headless Horseman hoodie right now.
So how does that work? Like, I'm trying to like figure.
It's just a hoodie with a Headless Horseman on it.
I was all like, I didn't know if it was like kind of like an on theme like type of hoodie that like I don't know poked fun on it being.
That'd be awesome
headless,
if it was.
But I was like, how would that work? Especially.
Yeah, and I've actually been planning on getting a Headless Horseman tattoo for a while, just because I just love that story. Such a good story to me. I don't know. It just.
No, I feel like I have a general understanding of the Headless Horseman, but not like the full story. Because it's like a novel, right? Or
it's like 120
pages.
Like,
I think that's novel-ish.
So not very long.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a novella.
Ooh,
There's a short story.
I need to do the audio book version of it because I just read it. There's
a bunch of it. It's in the public domain, so you can find free ones on YouTube. Because it's so old, it's public domain at this point.
Because I don't even. Now that I think about it, I don't think I even have a general concept of the story. I just know that there is a headless horseman, and that's about it.
So the general concept is Ichabod Crane moves to Sleepy Hollow to be the school teacher for the kids, which there's no money, especially back then, being a school teacher. So he mooches off all like the citizens and whatnot of this really small town, and he falls in love. Her name's something. Her last name is Von Trapp. I can't remember her first name, but she's like the most beautiful girl in town. Christina Ricci plays her in the movie with Johnny Depp. If that means anything to you,
I have seen it once.
Tim Burton movie, actually.
I
believe it or not,
I
think
he loves him some Johnny Depp.
Yeah, and then So then I think his name is Brom Bones. I'm so bad with names. I'm probably saying this completely wrong with the names, but he's also in love with this Von Trapp lady, and he tells the story of the Headless Horseman he comes up with of. It's this guy who lost his head in the war. Now he's riding, trying to get heads, and he cuts off people's heads at night in Sleepy Hollow. And the only way to escape him is to cross this bridge, because he can't cross this certain bridge. Okay. So then at night, Ichabod's on his way home from the party after hearing the story. And then the horseman shows up, starts chasing him around and everything. And he crosses the bridge, but the horseman throws like a pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern at him. Hits him, he falls over, falls off. And no one's seen Ichabod again, but it's kind of left open whether or not he was actually if it was actually the horseman and that he was killed, or it's kind of hinted that he ran off out of town to a different town at the end. Because one of the theories of it, I guess you want to call it, is that it wasn't actually the horseman; it was that Brown Bones guy trying to scare him off, playing a joke on him.
That's interesting. So, like, the story itself even has kind of like an open-ended, like. No resolution. Yeah. I like that in a horror story. Been like a few I love that. I don't want to know what happened.
Yeah, a few people have actually like written sequels to it, and I read one recently, like a year or two ago, that was actually pretty interesting, where that Brom guy and the Van Trapp lady, they got married, had kids, and the daughter died with her husband, and the granddaughter was living with them, and the horseman comes back. Or everyone thinks it's the horseman, but comes find out that that there was never actual horseman. It was always Bron, but Ichabod. I remember how he died, but he died somehow. But he came back pretending to be the horseman, pretty much.
Okay, I like it.
It was actually a pretty good story too. I enjoyed the book. I like
that there's like all this like fan fiction that's like based off of it. That's cool.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, no,
And there's been like movies, TV shows.
And like I know he's like an infamous horror character. So yeah, it's cool that there's like a bunch of different like branch offs of that.
Yeah.
But the song was really cute.
Yeah, it's like one.
It was like really old.
It really
just had that nostalgic vibe of like old Disney. Like it makes sense. I didn't realize that it was Disney, but now that you say it, very clearly from that era.
Yeah. If you have Disney Plus, I highly recommend watching it sometime.
So you get in on that.
It is such. It's only like. I mean, I think the whole movie, it's like video itself, is like an hour because it has the 2 stories. But I always just fast forward through the first one with the frogs. It's just, I don't like it.
Not recommend.
And I just watched the second part.
I have to do that.
And it's a pretty faithful retelling of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, too. So that's always a plus.
Like when they don't switch it up too much to where you're like, I know about that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so my next song... I'm trying to find... Oh, the Haunted Train song from Hey Arnold. So...
Great song.
So like I was like racking my brain because at first I thought like, oh, this will be easy to find like spooky songs, but then I like wanted to get ones that were kind of unique, and so I started thinking about like, I don't know, like musicals or TV shows or like, you know, like anything, and then I feel like that episode of Hey Arnold, it's like, you know, the haunted train. I don't even remember the full urban like legend of it, but there's also another song from it, from that same episode that Gerald sings. That's kind of like really bluesy, and but yeah, I just included this one because this was the one that was playing at the end when like all the kids, like they got off the train, and I think they justified all the creepy stuff happening as just like, you know, circumstance. Like it just, you know, they were like didn't they like find out it was just like a normal train, and like the train conductor came out and was like, what are you kids doing out my train? Right, exactly. And it kind of had like a little bit of a Scooby-Doo moment where it's like, oh, like we thought this was like a scary supernatural situation, but there's an explanation for everything. But then like in the like kind of rolling credits, you actually see the train and the ghost conductor, and like he's just really fucking creepy, and I don't know why, like just like the style of the song and like the way that the ghost looked, and I guess just like, you know, the fact that there is actually like a ghost train. I don't know, it always like made me feel like super uneasy, like whenever that episode would come. Like I'd be like, ugh, like I need to turn on the light now or something. But yeah.
Such a good episode, though.
Hey Arnold in general, such a good show.
I know
it gets real.
Yeah,
it gets
Hey
real.
Arnold.
Like,
it does.
But
I always wanted his room.
It was iconic, an iconic room with all the coolest tech, and there was a lot of life lessons in there. It was intense. Yeah. Good show.
Yeah, and I saw like a thing like relatively recently where it was talking about that show, and Helga, her parents, like they point out her mom is a drunk.
I saw that. I'm like, oh shit.
She's always tired, sleeping. Yeah, she's always drinking her
exactly.
smoothies.
Yeah, she has a inconspicuous cup full of who knows what. But yeah, no, they're like literally an alcoholic, and like she would always literally forget Helga, and then like Olga just like, you know, just got the best version of her parents. I know, Olga. Me too. I was like, this bitch, she thinks all that. But yeah, it's a good one. I highly enjoy Hey Arnold, and there's a lot of episodes, a lot of seasons. I feel like I just need to like binge it one day and like go back.
Was there? I thought it was like maybe 3 seasons. I thought 3 or 4, maybe more. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure there were many.
Yeah. I know there was a movie. They released a movie about 10 years ago where like it kind of tied the series up. Like Arnold found his parents, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So there's 5. So I guess there wasn't as many as I thought. Sad.
That's still a decent amount for a Nickelodeon cartoon. There wasn't that many of Rugrats, I don't think.
Yeah, right. And then, the movie...
maybe, I don't know. Rugrats was on forever.
And then I remember seeing the movie. We went with, like, my swim team. And, went to, like...
Well, there was Hey Arnold, the movie, which was a theatrical release. And then, I want to say, like, 2014, there was, like, a made-for-TV special movie called, like, The Jungle Movie, where, like... You learn Hey Arnold's last name, which was with this big reveal because you never knew it in the show, and like he finds his parents and stuff like that. And him and Helga finally get together.
Interesting. I'll have to go check it out. 'Cause, yeah, I don't remember that one, but I feel like around that time, I was no longer, in Nickelodeon world.
Yeah, you were not. This was like 10 years ago. You were like in your 20s by then.
Good times. But yeah, well, your turn.
All right. Yeah, so my next song is by Loretta Lynn. It's This Haunted House, which it tells the story of living in a haunted house. It's really all there is to it.
It was really pretty.
But it's Loretta Lynn. It is really pretty. Mm-hmm. She wrote it about, I forgot, she had another, I want to say I think it was Patsy Cline maybe. One of her friends had died, like a famous country singer that she was friends with died. And she was sitting on the front porch and ended up writing the song for Patsy's husband.
Aww.
Like as a way of like comforting him, like she's still here type thing. That's why it's like, I can hear you, but I know you're gone because I watched you leave.
Dang. Yeah, it was really sad. I didn't realize that it was like, I don't know, when I was like interpreting it, I was like, I get that like, I was like thinking that the like haunted part was kind of more of a analogy, I guess, of, like maybe a breaking up.
It kind of was,
but
yeah.
I thought it was more like a breakup type of thing. But that's sad that it was actually based on, like a loved one passing away.
Yeah, and supposed to be her house is actually haunted. Like the Ghost Adventures did an episode at her house one time.
Did they find some shit?
Which they always find shit in that show. It's never real.
I don't know. I think there's another whole dimension we ain't seeing, and
yeah. Oh, I mean, I believe in ghosts, but like that show, like every episode, they're like, "Look at my arms, I got goosebumps." Like, dude, it's just fucking cold.
Fucking cold. Chill the fuck out. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they got to find the ghost, or else they don't got a show.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. All the Bigfoot shows, they never actually find Bigfoot.
No, very disappointing.
Except for Mountain Monsters, they find them every episode. But they just miss them on camera. There's a show called Mountain Monsters. I can't tell if these guys are the greatest actors of all time, or they think it's real. But it is the most ridiculous fucking show of all time. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Every episode they're like, "There's Bigfoot," and like one episode they get hypnotized by him.
I'm dead.
They'll be doing like interviews to the camera, and like Bigfoot's right over there. So they spin the camera like, "Oh, he's gone now."
You just missed him, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Like there's an episode where they have an episode where they caught chupacabras, and they had them in this trap, and the chupacabras started making all this noise and everything, and all of a sudden they hear a big bang. They run right to the trap, and there's a big hole in the side, and the chupacabras got out.
Of course it did.
So they get on their infrared camera and they see this big like warm blob with a small one next to it. So they come up with the decision, and they completely think this is, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this makes sense." Is that the chupacabra was calling Bigfoot because Bigfoot uses the chupacabra as a hunting dog. And the guy that said that, every other guy was like, yeah, that makes sense. I believe that's what it is. Like,
it's like I just pulled this theory out my ass.
The most amazing. It is. If you want to like find a good show when you're like stoned like that, watch Mountain Monsters. It is the greatest show of all time.
Is it like on the History Channel or Discovery Channel? Who's sponsoring this madness? Is what I gotta know.
It's on Discovery. I watch it on HBO Max.
Cool. I do have that. That's funny. I gotta check that out. Let's see. My next song. Looking at my list. Oh, okay. So this one is it's a soundtrack. It's from a soundtrack. It's from Heredity. It's called Reborn. And Hereditary. And have you seen it? Good.
I love that movie.
I think that has to be my favorite scary movie. That was one that like
it's up there.
I was like, man, that was one that like got me in many different ways. But yeah, I think that Reborn, it's the song that plays I guess kind of is this the climax? Would this be considered the climax? Because it's like when the son, spoiler alerts, I guess. I don't know. But yeah.
Of a 10-year-old movie.
A lot of people haven't seen it, unfortunately for them, because go watch it. But yeah, pretty much it comes to like, it's at the point of realization when like the son it's just like discovered or like found out, I guess, by the audience that, you know, the son is the embodiment of this demon or god, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it. And I don't know, just like the tone of the song, like the dissonance of it, and just like it's like a really beautiful song, but also with what's going on, it's like so counteractive, like, or counterintuitive to like what you're seeing on the screen, like all this like shit that we just went through, like leading up to it. Yeah. And there's like the sigh of relief in a way, but also not at all, because it was just fucking crazy. But
and then all the naked old people.
Yeah, there was nudity, and they were on the wrinkly side of things. But yeah,
that was such a good movie.
Oh my god, I'm searching for that high for like, although
like what's her name, the mom for I think it's Toni Collette, I think it's who played her, should have been nominated for Best Actress for that movie. For the Oscars, she was such a good job in that role.
She fucking killed it in all the ways. Like her her despair, her distraughtness, to like her just being pissed at him for like having that face on his face, and you know everything about it.
Even the son, like the scene where like when his sister dies, we get her head cut off by the stop sign. And he's just like in shock and just goes to bed without saying anything. It's just that whole scene, like it just played it so good.
Like that is another like work of art. And the way that like, I don't know, like you're just like, wait, did that just fucking happen? Like, and then you just
it's like it's the way he acts. He doesn't freak out or anything. He just goes in like 1,000-yard stare and just goes
home and then like leaves the body for the mom to find. And like up until that moment, you're not even sure it actually happened, because like he was so like nonchalant-ish about it. But like once you hear the mom screaming, you're like, oh shit, okay, that did happen. And she found her daughter.
Yeah.
And, Heredity. Crazy movie. I want to watch it, but also it still scares me every time I see it. I don't know, the attic scene, like where she's just like banging.
I've only seen it like
I don't know.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, and I don't know if I can rewatch it honestly, because it got me. I don't get got very often, but that one got me.
Yeah, I'm afraid like now that I'm gonna be like having the house to myself, I'm like I really need to time my scary movie watching. Because I want to see them, but I also don't want to be scared at night. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I live alone too.
You know,
so
I need to figure out a way to do it, but it's going to happen.
I just watch them anyways.
All right. I'm gonna have to give that a try, because I ain't going to stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah. I also just read a lot of horror books too. Like that's like, I read a lot of books about horror is like my main genre I read. For some reason, like especially like I'm very privy to like haunted house and ghost stories.
And I about like the supernatural, and you know, it's a common ground that we have. Like it's fun. It's just like fun to like either like I don't know, not even imagine it, because I think that there is that realm, but then also like, you know, there's not any solid proof, but it's like we know, but also like we don't.
Yeah, there's got to be something. I'm sorry. There's something out there.
I believe. All right. Want to go to your next song?
All right. Yeah, so back on topic. My next song is Muse's You Make Me Feel Like It's Halloween, which really isn't about Halloween. I was reading about it today. It definitely sounds like a Halloween song. It has like the organ. Almost sounds like Toccata and Fugue in D minor. The organ does to me.
Yeah, but I think they did
do
a moment of Toccata and Fugue. Like I heard that and I'm like, oh shit, they got some Bach up in here.
Yeah, but apparently the song is about like domestic violence during quarantine from COVID. Because I know there was like a rise in that around that time when everyone was stuck in their houses.
Yeah.
But like, even like the music video though has a lot of like callbacks and stuff to like a lot of horror movies and stuff like that.
I feel like I got glimpses of the music video. Like I had it like playing on my phone, and I was like, I think I was like eating and just like zoning and like listening to it. But yeah, I did not catch that it was about DV at all. Nope. But I liked the song. It was very very Muse.
And I love Muse
me too.
So, but it's like one of the most Muse songs that Muse has ever used.
I agree. I heard this and I'm like, dang, like this is so Muse. Like it is very, very Musey. But yeah, I think I think it qualifies as a Halloween song just because it says the words Halloween.
It does. I mean,
like
exactly. And I found it on a Halloween playlist on Spotify, so I'm counting it.
It counts. And yeah, aside from our own playlist, you should also like figure out a way to share that playlist. Can you share playlists within playlists? If that makes sense.
Like, I mean, you can share playlists on Spotify, which you don't have. You don't pay Spotify,
I
do you?
don't. I am a YouTube music girly. I don't know if anyone else in the world is, but you know, I really like it.
I know people who have YouTube music. I don't. I have Spotify and I also get Apple Music too.
I feel like I have like 15 freaking 90-day trials of Apple Music because I've gotten like many different Apple devices in the past couple of years, and all of them come with a free freaking 90-day supply or whatever. But I'm like, I don't want to get trapped because you're going to trap me and I'm going to end up paying, and I don't want to pay. I only want to pay for one music type of thing. And that is YouTube music. But yeah. And YouTube music just has like everything, like literally any song. Yeah,
exactly. YouTube has, right? Which YouTube has literally everything.
Like anyone can upload to YouTube. It's a little scary, but hey, freedom. All right, so my next song. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to totally mispronounce this because I know it's French, and I don't care. It's Le Monde? Le Monde? I don't know.
That's what I'd say, Le Monde, maybe.
But yeah, so, and that is from the, it's another soundtrack one, but I feel like it had its moment. Okay, so it's from the Talk to Me soundtrack. And I feel like it had its moment on TikTok, and therefore it feels not as soundtracky because it was just like used like as a sound. I don't even remember what trend it went to because it wasn't. Like, I don't think it had anything to do.
I couldn't tell you. I've never seen it. And I don't get on TikTok very often.
I'm on it way too often. But yeah, people were using the song because it's like, it's not like a scary sound. It's actually like really upbeat and just like, I don't know. It just like has a dizzy.
It reminds me of like a carnival or a circus.
That is perfect description for it.
Or like a merry-go-round song.
So yeah, it definitely has that like dizzying, like... just like hype effect to it, and in the movie have you seen the movie? It's so good. But
is
yeah,
it good? I've been meaning to watch it.
Now you have two.
I saw the scene that it's in.
Now you have two movies that you gotta watch.
Like when I looked up in YouTube the song, I watched the scene that the song is from, so I know what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, like it's literally like like. It makes sense that it would be kind of like carnival, like themed, merry-go-round themed, because it's like they're
it fit the scene
because
perfectly.
They're it's like kids having weird fun because like they're literally like being possessed by dead spirits that are just lingering around in the area. But like they're like having the time of their lives, and they're just like, I'm gonna hold the hand and get possessed. Okay, my turn. I want to get, and they like do all these crazy things while they're possessed. And so yeah, they're like having fun, but obviously like it's such a weird fucking way to have fun because it's scary because you're literally seeing this rotting dead person in front of you and then having them possess you. It's crazy.
I would not do that. I'm sorry. I like spooky stuff, but I would not. I might watch you do it, but I would not do it myself.
I'm like, you do that. I will hang back here. But like
I won't even use a Ouija board, even though I know they're fake. I still don't want to use one.
Yeah, again, it comes down to the like, we're not for sure about other realms, so why are we gonna fuck around and find out? But,
yeah. The way I feel about that stuff is like, especially with like a Ouija board, it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's probably, I'm 99.9% sure it's
That
fake.
also.
But that 0.01% is enough to scare me to know that it's going to be real and I'm going to invite something into my life that I don't want in my life.
Right, life is hard enough as it is. I don't need a demon.
Yeah, that little fraction of a percent is enough to make me not want to do it.
Yeah, I think as a person of older age and not a 12-year-old anymore, I will not do it. But I do remember messing around with it. I think when I was like 12 or 13 at like a sleepover with one of my friends.
No, I've never been touched one.
There's a funny I feel like, I don't know, TikTok, Instagram, one of those. This guy like had like, I guess his daughter was having a sleepover and they're like all upstairs playing with the Ouija board and he's like, I'm gonna fuck with them. And so he knows that they're playing with the Ouija board and so he like goes like down to their basement and he like, and he turns off the power to the upstairs bathroom or to where the girls are. You just hear them screaming through the walls. It's hilarious.
That is a good one. I've seen that.
Like, yes, that's fun. I mean, I feel like as a parent, you got to fuck with your kids. Like, that's just a rite of passage.
Yeah, if I had kids, if I wanted kids or had kids, I would absolutely do that shit to my kids.
Like, it's the little things. It's the little things in life. So, yeah, I want to do your last song.
Right. Yeah, so then, my last song, it's a TV show theme song. I don't know if it's really much of a song, but I love it. I love the show. It's the Are You Afraid of the Dark theme song, which the song itself isn't really that creepy, but the fucking video, the intro with it, the video, is creepy as hell. It
is. And for like a kid or tween like show.
Yeah. The show is cheesy. Like I was watching the show at my lunch break today, actually, because I love the show. It's great. But that intro still is pretty creepy. It
is, yeah. I hadn't heard it for a good minute, and then when you posted on there, and it's only like 30 seconds, and it's just like I think it kind of like brings you back to that like time when we were younger and watched it. But even then, it still has that like eeriness to it. The theme show songwriters did their thing.
Yeah, my parents used to get so mad at me for watching that show all the time.
Were they afraid that you were going to, like, get scared? Or did they, like, not like scary stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I'm an anxious person anyways, but, like, stuff like that, especially as a kid. Like I said, the Dog Man song scared me. It's like maybe not want to sleep as a kid. But, like,
I feel that.
I don't know. I've always loved the creepy stuff. Like, no one else in my family really is into it at all, but I love that stuff. Like, I love ghost stories, like, ghost hunting shows, anything involving paranormal or just creepy in general. Like I read like every Goosebumps book as a kid, which my parents were like, "You need to read something better." I was like, "Hey, at least I'm reading."
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. There was a Christian version of Goosebumps, and I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna Google it real quick because like. Yeah, I didn't. Version of. I'm gonna find it. Goosebumps, because
I remember reading a Christian horror book when I was in like middle school once, and it was not good.
Dang, it's gonna bother me because like I don't know. I'll figure it out and I'll tell you because I'm gonna like go on a deep dive because Spine Chillers was the series of books.
Okay, yeah, there's a local author, like probably like somewhere in the general area of where I live. He wrote a book series called Michigan Spine Tinker or something. I forgot what it was, something like that. It were like every town was like it would be like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the Petoskey Poltergeist, so like alliteration like that, and then he ended up like expanding it to like every state too, cool. I guess, which was like it was just like a knockoff. Yeah. It was a little bit young for me. Like by the time it came out, I was in like middle school, so I was like, I'm too good for Goosebumps. I'm gonna read Stephen King instead. Yeah.
But yeah, I get that. But no, that's cute. I mean, I like the tween style like scary stuff. It was like just scary enough. Although like you said, I was also like, I don't know, I would get scared as a kid and just like put myself in that situation. And I'm like, why am I here? Like, like
right.
even just like, I think like some kid, like when I was in the 5th grade, like told me probably a very shitty version of a scary story that they saw, or like a scary show that they saw on TV. And like, that was enough to set me off. Like I was crying. I was out to sleep in like my parents' bed. Like I was like, yeah, I'm like, I can't, but here I am putting myself in these situations.
Yeah. I remember I got in trouble one year from my parents got mad at me, but even my teacher got mad at me too. It was, we had the book fair, this classic book fair, which everyone remembers. I bought the book Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yep.
I was like maybe 3rd grade, and I rebought that book when the movie came out because I wanted to reread it.
Oh yeah, it came out recently, right?
And there's some pretty creepy stories
super
in there.
Creepy. Super creepy.
Yeah, the movie came out within the last 5 years. It was a pretty good. I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't my favorite, but it was good.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I remember there like being a movie, and then I like didn't hear anything about it. So yeah, I'm glad that it at least came out. But yeah, no, that.
I think it's on Netflix now. I think it's on Netflix now. I think.
I like that. But yeah, no, that movie. I mean, those like the story in the. I can't talk. The stories in that book. Like it's like, how's this marketed towards kids?
Even the drawings.
Like.
Yeah, the drawings are messed up.
They are. That's like what I remember like going through with just the drawings, because I don't think I had the courage to full on read it. Yeah. All right. So my last song, I guess, for lack of a better word, is also a intro and to a show. It is the American Horror Story intro. I really like the weird instrumentation. It kind of takes you a little bit on a journey. I don't know. It has like those like bouncy like thing, but it has like the percussive droning, and then like there's that distorted like I don't know what sound. It kind of sounds a little bit like a growl or like a scream, but like super distorted, like
someone talking or something.
And I don't know, that mixed with like the weird visuals that they would put along with it, of course, like added to that. But I feel like even just by itself, like it's just unsettling, like eerie, like weird.
It really is.
They did a really, really good job with that one, and it hit the point.
And it's another great show. I mean, that show started off amazing. The first like 3 or 4 seasons were great. Then it just went to shit.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like the last one that I had. That I remember, I can't remember the theme, but I do know that it was like after like the election, like the 2016 situation, and like they had a whole. Was it the Cult? It was Cult, right? Yeah,
it was the Cult.
Yeah, like that one. That was a really, really good season. Then I feel like after that, I don't remember. Was the hotel one after that, or was that before? Do you know?
That was one or two before.
So like I did like Hotel.
I couldn't get through the Hotel one. That one had Lady Gaga in it, right?
Yep. Yeah, I had to get past the initial Lady Gaga-ness of it all, but I feel like Lady Gaga has established herself as like a decent actress, and so I'm like, okay,
I like her as an actor.
I like her. But yeah, so that was mine.
Yeah, but the first like the Murder House for the first season was like, how is that on TV? Seriously. That season was messed up.
That was they went there a few times.
Like straight up
yes,
rape.
Literal, and like it wasn't like super. It wasn't super censored about it either. Like,
no.
And I forgot the second season. Asylum.
The second one was the Asylum.
Then, the Coven is so good. The third season. Mm-hmm.
That was a third one. Yeah, that's probably the best season. I think.
I love Emma Roberts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like her and the other girl that's in it.
Kathy Bates,
the main character. No, the younger girl that like has a really like unique speech pattern. I feel like
the girl that had been in there like since the beginning, right? Like the first since I forget.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, like the new witch in
I love
Coven.
her.
Like,
yes. Yeah. Great show.
Yeah, I just learned recently her sister is the main lady from the Conjuring movies.
I didn't know that.
And like was the mom in Bates Motel and stuff like that.
I love Bates Motel. Another good one.
I just love Psycho. I mean, the story is the book is a great book. The movie is amazing. The TV show Bates Motel is great.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's like a nice universe, I guess. I'm trying to think of like the best like word, but good
character.
No, very interesting.
Norman Bates is a great character.
And I need to go back and rewatch Bates Motel. It's been forever.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever seen Psycho?
I haven't actually.
Oh, it's so good.
I know it's like old school, right? Like it's been around. Have they like done different renditions and stuff?
Yeah, it's black and white. Yeah, it's black and white. It's the original one's black and white. It's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. It's actually the first movie to show a running toilet.
Wait, that what?
It's the first movie in history that like showed a running toilet.
Okay, that's what I thought you said, but I'm like, wait. That's interesting. A little fun fact. I love that.
Yeah,
it's so
it was like a big taboo thing back in that time. You can't show toilets.
It's a random. I love these little facts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I would highly recommend. It's not a very long movie, but I highly recommend it to anyone. Like, it's such a good movie.
I have to check it out because I know it's a classic.
Especially if you like Bates Motel, you'll like the movie. Like, it really, Bates Motel did a great job of telling like the Norman Bates' like origin. It did such a great job with that. Where like after you watch that and then you go watch the movie,
you're like, that makes sense.
I can really see this character turning into this guy. Yeah, they do such a good job with it.
I'll put that on my list because I feel like that's also one that a scary movie that I could watch without like being too afraid at night afterwards.
Oh, it's not scary.
Okay. Oh, so it's like, is it more like thriller?
Not really.
Like style, like.
It's kind of. I don't want to spoil it because there's a pretty good twist in it, which you may have kind of figured it. If you've seen the show, you probably figured the twist out with his mom.
Interesting. Yeah.
But like, it's I'd call it a slasher, maybe like Halloween or Scream.
Yeah, I can deal with slashers. That's all good and gravy to me. They're fun more than anything. They're cool.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for the day because my ass is tired.
Yeah. yeah. We rushed a little fast, but I'm with you. I'm exhausted.
But thank y'all for hanging out and listening to us talk about one of our favorite subjects of the paranormal, the spooky, and the musical.
Yep. Yeah, I could go on all day about paranormal, spooky stuff.
I love it. But yeah, we'll have to come back on another episode.
All right. Well,
next Halloween we can have.
Yeah. Well, bye everyone.
We're cool.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, bye.